Hello, everybody. It's May. The weather is getting warmer, and with it comes some friends, the bees. Now, not all of us love bees. Some of us are afraid of bees, but bees do a lot of amazing things for our environment. And this book is pretty funny because it's called Bee Love Can Be Hard by Alan Page and Cami Page, artwork by David Geister. And loving bees can be hard, but this book will help us to understand why they're so important. Thump, thump, thump. The soccer ball bounced back to Otis's feet in a perfect rhythm. Thump, thump, thump. Otis was so focused on the beat of the ball, he didn't notice the soft, velvety hum of danger floating in the air. He was just about to head inside for some water when he heard it. Otis panicked. Arms flailing, he raced to the back door. "Help, Grandpa! Bee attack! Open the door!" Otis wasn't scared of many things, but at the top of his list, bees. "Bee attack, Grandpa! Open the door!" "Otis, what on earth?" "Grandpa, bees, they're gonna get me." Otis's grandpa held him in a hug. "No, Otis, they're not going to get you." "But Grandpa," Otis insisted, "they're out there." "You're okay, kiddo," Grandpa said. "Try and take some deep breaths." But Otis couldn't breathe. He closed his eyes tight and pinched his body shut. "Otis, bees are out there, and being stung by a bee is no laughing matter. But bees are probably more frightened of you than you are of them." Otis looked up. He'd heard all of this before. Disbelief wrinkled his eyebrows. "It's true," Grandpa said. "A bee stings to protect its hive. Once it stings, it dies, so it has no interest in—" "Grandpa," Otis interrupted, "how do you know so much about bees?" "When I was your age, I had a healthy fear of bees," Grandpa explained. "You did?" "I did, and I wasn't alone. My friend Jerry and I were so afraid we started a club to get rid of all the bees in our neighborhood." "You mean your friend Farmer Jerry?" "Yep, Farmer Jerry. Back then we didn't understand bees. They just seemed scary. Fortunately, we weren't successful. As it turns out, bees are amazing insects. They're pollinating powerhouses. So much of what we eat is a direct result of their hard work." Otis's face scrunched. "In fact, Jerry doesn't just run any farm. He runs a bee farm." That did it. A bee farm. Otis knew his fun-loving grandpa was pulling his leg. "It's true. The farm even has a learning lab. Sometimes learning about what you're afraid of is the best way to face it. That way, it's not so mysterious and scary. I think it's time we paid Farmer Jerry a visit." Otis wasn't so sure. That night, a swarm of bees attacked his dreams. Supersized stingers surrounded his bed. They were about to get him when, bzz, bzz, heart racing, Otis's eyes popped open. "Nope," he said to himself, "I am not going to any bee farm, and I am not going to have anything else to do with bees." A frown followed Otis all the way to the farm, but when he got out of the car, Farmer Jerry greeted him with a wide grin. "Welcome to Lily Haven Bee Farm." Even though Otis could feel Jerry's warmth, a cold chill crept up his legs as he tried to muster the courage to move his feet forward. "Where are the cows and pigs?" Otis mumbled. "Isn't this a farm?" "Oh, sure, it's a farm, all right. It's a farm for flowers and bees. We've got a few chickens and goats roaming around here somewhere, but we mostly focus on pollinators like honeybees. Without pollination from wind and insects, there would be no seeds, no fruit, no vegetables. Can you imagine? I believe it's our job to help protect all bees and keep them safe." Otis found it hard to concentrate. Protect them? What about protecting me? Bees seemed to be everywhere, taunting him, buzzing out a warning, telling him to stay away. He scooched closer to Grandpa. Visitors are often worried about being here, Jerry went on. It's normal. No one wants to get stung. Bee love can be hard. I remember when your grandpa and I wouldn't dare go in the backyard, let alone to a bee farm. Let's get your beekeeping gear on. It'll help you feel more protected. Otis gave Jerry a doubtful sideways glance. Noticing Otis's hesitation, Jerry bent down to look Otis in the eyes. Just remember, stay calm and breathe. Try taking a few slow, mindful breaths and repeat the words, "The bees do not want to sting me." Heading to the meadow, Otis paid close attention to the bees and his breathing. The bees do not want to sting me. The bees do not want to sting me. The bees do not want to sting me. As the bees floated on the gentle breeze, dipping in and out of the flowers, Otis noticed his body relaxing. Unexpectedly, he also realized the bees weren't taunting him. They were simply beautiful. If you look closely, you can see balls of pollen gathering on their hind legs, Jerry said. Otis was curious, but he still didn't want to get too close. He took a deep breath in, let a deep breath out, and then bent down. Wow, he marveled. The wooden hives were electric with activity. The bees were busy. Jerry was busy too. While he prepared to open a hive by using a bee smoker to calm the bees, he explained that all 50,000 bees in the hive had different jobs: protecting the hive, cleaning, gathering pollen, feeding nectar to the young, making honey. Otis liked the sound of honey, but the number 50,000 made him want to faint. 50,000 bees in each hive? Jerry pulled out a frame covered with bees. It was filled with honeycomb and dripping with honey. If you're lucky, you may catch a glimpse of the queen. A sharp eye can spot her larger body, but there's only one in there, so deep breath in, deep breath out. The bees do not want to sting me. As if in a trance, Otis watched the busy bees buzz and dance and work. Jerry asked if Otis wanted to hold the frame. Otis was calm like the bees, but his hand shook slightly as he surprised himself and nodded. The bees ignored him as he took hold. He almost didn't hear Jerry whisper, "There she is, the queen." Otis couldn't believe it. With each breath in, his fear breathed out. "Amazing," he whispered back. Back at the learning lab, Jerry took time to answer Otis's many questions about bees. It's true, 99% of all honeybees you see are female. About beekeeping, if you respect the bees, they will respect you. And about honey. Yes, honey is really basically bee barf. Otis and Grandpa giggled as they tried several sweet samples. The frown that followed Otis to the farm that morning had been replaced, just like his fears. Smiling, he asked, "Grandpa, can we come back?" Grandpa and Farmer Jerry shared a smile. "Anytime," Jerry offered. While Otis still didn't want to be stung, he now knew that bees didn't have any interest in stinging him. They had other, more important jobs to do, and so did he. And his painted sign says, "Save the bees." It's beautiful. I hope you guys enjoyed this story, and if you want to know more about bees, the library is full about bees and how full of bees, full of books about bees and how important they are for our planet. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Bye.